Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and look at this eGreg crypto. Gold, 27 years to break out versus 12 years. Gold sending a warning. I think it's somewhere around that 2,300 mark now, and I don't know if what he's saying is he thinks it can get to 5,151 in this 2024 to 2027-ish range. I don't know if that's what he's pointing to or not, but I would agree it is sending a warning. I would also agree that my sponsor, Miles Franklin, is where I buy my gold. Right here, you can go to sign up and you can click on, you can type in DAI gold right there. That's where I'm planning on trying to buy some maybe this week myself. Look at Ripple. Ripple is in, I don't know if it's now or I haven't gone and looked at the conference page or anything. I think it's going on now, but Ripple is there at Dubai FinTech Summit. They've got a booth. The booth looks similar to the one they had at XRP Las Vegas. Vandal, who is one of the Black Swan capitalists, confused about the Ripple stablecoin. It's a bridge connecting traditional finance to the future of finance, designed for institutional use on the XRP ledger. FYI, it doesn't replace XRP. Instead, it works alongside it to serve different purposes within the banking system. Here's a clip from, I think this is one of the guys at maybe the XRP. Let me see if it shows what this guy's name is. Hold on one sec. Marcus Enfinger. He's SVP Ripple X.
So what else is Ripple and XRP Ledger doing to inspire more utility? I know that the recent announcement of the stablecoin is pretty big, so can we talk a little bit more about that?
Let's talk about that. So look, we believe that the stablecoin market, that's at the moment like 150 billion, has seen a lot of growth, but has way more growth ahead. I think there's some estimates that expect this market to grow to 2.8 trillion or something 5 years from now. So that's a 20x. From where it is today. So there's a clear demand for a stablecoin with a compliance-first blockchain enterprise solution provider like Ripple has been around payments to close the gap between traditional finance and crypto. And so that's why we're super excited to take that on. It's been also one of the most cited feedback in terms of what developers want that build on the XRP ledger. Again, there's more than 1,000 projects building, and the need for a stablecoin to really act as a portal from bringing more financial activity on chain is super critical.
Okay, so currently the most stablecoin usage I think is in like developing countries. We have like Latin America and Africa, just because to counteract the local currency and inflation rates, right? So what's specific to your stablecoin that can be applicable to global audiences?
Yeah, so I would say two use case categories that we're most excited about. First of all, we plan to leverage the Ripple stablecoin alongside XRP in cross-border payments in our existing real-world cross-border payment product alongside XRP, so we're able to scale that globally, significantly going forward and provide certain optionality. And then separately, as we're seeing more real-world assets, TradFi companies wanting to engage with us and other projects around like bringing real-world assets on the XRP ledger, it's important to have a settlement asset for these, like tokenized money market funds or equities and other financial products. And the US dollar stablecoin is obviously a key piece in terms of, helping to enable economic activity to emerge.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
There we go. Ripple, please tell me that is not copyrighted music. I know this is not. You got to hear this clip. This is an interesting clip. Brad Combs is talking about they're talking about XRP Las Vegas, and he's talking to Adam from XRP Cafe. And this is an interesting conversation. Brad Combs is talking about, bringing the community together and some different
And if we
aspects
stop looking to try to contort each other's mindset and how we believe this should be looked at, which I think is harmful in itself, right? That is harmful. And I want to say a disclaimer, because I know you're not able to follow this space all the time, Adam. I know that. But there has been a false narrative created of, it's all about the builders. And that narrative, to me, has upset me a little bit or it made me frustrated, I should say, because I know that there have been some influencers in this community who don't deserve to be named, but the truth is that there was a Phoenix Fire token scam that took place in this community. It was predatory. It took advantage of the XRP community. It was extremely harmful, and investing is harmful enough because there's no guarantees in investing, man. You're not going to win everything you invest in, right? And there's enough losses we're going to take just by default of being an investor. So when I see something predatory like that Phoenix Fire token scam that happened, and then a narrative created that it's all about the builders, it's clear to me that some of them are hiding behind that narrative to pump and dump scam tokens. And although they may have found some legal way to do that, I find it to be unethical and immoral to do to your own audience or this XRP community. Some people might get altitude sickness from the righteous jump I just made, but that's the truth, right? Because one thing I'm very certain of is when I'm selling on my channel, I'm clear that I'm selling and people know it. And I don't sell anything that I don't use myself. And the other thing is when I speculate, which is often and every day, I'm very clear that it's my speculation. And I try to root that based on something that's happened that day or something we've learned from before. So I feel a great sense of responsibility at 53 years old. They treat I don't have fans. I have audience members. They're my equal. I'm not above them. They're not below me. They are my equal. And I want the rest of this community to know that when you hear contorted, twisted, short clips of me so it can create a false narrative, whoever's doing that should probably be cut out or exposed in this space for what they're doing, because it's harmful. It doesn't serve any of us for the good. And anyone wants to know what I'm interested in doing for this community need to look at XRP Las Vegas and understand that it is all inclusive and it is all for the XRP community.
Yeah, absolutely. We've always prided ourselves on being a cornerstone of the community and really caring about our community. And I think when you brought up the token thing, that was, one of the ethical concerns of us, not having a token. We didn't want to have a token. We didn't want to sell that onto our community. We just wanted to provide a really good product and to sell, solutions to people and something that people can use. And we feel like, there's a lot of tokens that were released to basically force utility onto the community and basically fundraise for those. And, that's one of the last things that we wanted to do with our community. So absolutely, that really resonates with me.
All right, Adam, I met him at XRP Las Vegas. Nice guy. And so was this lady. She's at Breeding Leanne is her title. I remember meeting her and her husband, and there's my dad meeting her. There's Ray Fuentes, John D. She met everybody. There's Brad Combs, Rob Cunningham, Joe Endoso. There's Mr. B, Nick Burafedo from Link2. She made the rounds. Wow, that's a great collage. It was great meeting her. She was very nice, her and her husband. Here's Ray Fuentes. He's putting out some content now too.
How do we future-proof the dollar in a world where value is increasingly moving off the account-based balance sheets of financial institutions onto digital networks? The United States government, it's well known, has produced a lot of printed money in the last few years, and that's a challenge to the dollar's value proposition as well. The world will actually flock to digital forms of dollar value because of the values as well as the value. How do we future-proof the dollar?
Let me pause that. Here, we've got this about multi-asset settlement using a shared ledger technology. Listen to this. This is from CNBC.
Financial institutions are teaming up to test a shared distributed ledger. Nearly a dozen firms, including JP Morgan, Citi, MasterCard, and Swift, will test a regulated settlement network to tokenize commercial bank money.
Wait a minute. Gary, where you at? You need to sue them. Sue them all, Gary.
money, U.S.
Unless you don't want there to be regulatory capture for your buddies at the banks.
Treasuries, and more. Now, this project is led by the Securities Industry and Financial Markets Association, and right now it's just a test. The transactions are just simulations, but the goal of the network is to allow 24/7 settlement of multiple assets, something that Wall Street has seen as a major promise of blockchain technology. Raj Damodaran, Executive Vice President of Blockchain and Digital Assets at MasterCard, said in the press release that a shared ledger could unlock the next generation of market infrastructures. Financial institutions are teaming.
Then Stuart Alderati was out tweeting, innovation shouldn't be a partisan issue. Glad to see that the D's and the R's can agree on one thing at least. Gensler's SEC is out of control. And he's retweeted. This was the list. It was Democrats and Republicans that were voting for that. We don't. The problem is not on one side of the aisle. It's on both. We've said that for a long time ago. This one is on both too. No one hurt in FTX collapse. All accounts to be paid in full after price of Bitcoin skyrockets. I wouldn't just say Bitcoin, I would say Solana, folks. This would explain why the Wall Street crypto machine has been pumping Solana. I bet dimes to donuts this will be the narrative they use to let him out of prison early or to pardon him. He knows where the bodies are buried. Remember, Maxine Waters was blowing kisses to him. Remember, FTX was sending money over to Ukraine and it was happening to get back in the pockets of the politicians. They have no choice. He knows where the bodies are buried, folks. That explains why all the usual suspects like Rand Nooner from Crypto Banner are out pumping Solana. You know, the same guy who just couldn't figure out XRP, but he's out there pumping a meme coin that he created not more than a day or so ago. And he totally understood Luna, just like Mike Novogratz. But they just can't figure out XRP, can they? These people. Tell you what. And it goes hand in hand with this. I think FTX and Tether are both kind of like in the same boat as far as what was really going on. This clip from Molly Elmore that I played yesterday is worth hearing again.
In 2019, Tether got flipped. They were sued in the SDNY, the special district in New York, and it looks like they took a deal, and now Tether, for the last couple of years, has been used by the banking cartel to move money in and out of the United States outside of the legal framework. That's why Tether, no matter what they do, they can't get taken out. They can't get, they're never in trouble, really. It is fascinating why they seem to get this level of protection that no one else has. And nobody seems to work at Tether. There was a CEO who was never around, and the CTO, Paolo Ardino or something like that, has now assumed the CEO role. BitBoy even went down to the Bahamas. Oh, that's the other thing. They're offshore, and no one seems to care about that. They went down to the Bahamas, looked at the parking lot, and there was 2 parking spots, right? So this is a multi-billion-dollar fintech. I mean, think about how many people work at Ripple, hundreds and hundreds. But there's 3 or 4 people who work at Tether and we don't really know much about them. It looks a lot like FTX in that it's a cover for something else, and the people who are really doing the work aren't disclosing that on their LinkedIn profile or whatnot. So Tether, I think we will find out the truth one day. I think they are protected until the time when a flip the switch black swan event happens. Tether gets taken out, crashes it, and then the Phoenix merges with the new payment system, right in line with problem reaction solution that they've had in place the whole time.
There you go. Now, something as we go into DAIXRP.com, I have a couple things I'm going to talk about. One is this. For those of you that don't know about the Uphold Vault, which I have used, the Uphold Vault is something that it's a self-custody that Uphold has put out, and you basically get 3 keys. Your vault has 3 keys. 2 are always required to move assets. You're in control. Uphold keeps 1. You have 2. Without your key that you have written down, nobody does anything. Okay. Now, they charge $49.99 a year. I was able to. My Zippo just fell. Hold on. I was able to work a deal out with Nancy Beaton over at Uphold, So I can give the people in my group a 30% discount on this. Okay. So I'm going to give you that discount code in the group. And then when we go in, and then I'm also going to talk to you about one more thing that I had heard backstage at XRP Las Vegas. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Here we go. Here's your 30% discount code for the Uphold Vault. All right.